up, Job Squad? It is your boy, Intel. What? Just kidding. Just wearing the what shirt. Had to do it, right? It is your boy Intel back here with another Let's Talk Wrestling. I'm probably not going to continue to do that because that seems weird. Anyways, today's topic is the WWE 2K17 video game and Goldberg. Of course, on Monday Night Raw, they played a commercial for the trailer of WWE 2K17. It's coming, October 2016. I almost said 26, but October 2016. There is not an exact release date yet. There are, nothing's been announced other than the game and the fact that Bill Goldberg, or just Goldberg, is going to be the pre-order bonus. He's going to have three attires. I think there's an original one from like WCW, and then a black and a white from WWE, and then it's also going to come with two arenas, which are WCW Nitro and WCW Halloween Havoc. But before we jump into that and discussing that, I want to remind you guys that we do this because I want to discuss some wrestling. So if you watch the video all the way through, or you watch half of it, or whatever, and you have something to say, leave it in the comment section below. And then I will comment back, and we will have a nice little discussion about wrestling. That is why this is here. We're here because we're going to talk some wrestling together, and we're going to be great friends and do all that kind of stuff. So leave a comment if you so wish. If not, then I hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and maybe if you want, hit the subscribe button. Whatever, not a big deal. But we're going to go ahead. Let's talk about Goldberg and WWE 2K17. In the past, 2K has brought in guys that the WWE has kind of, well, I guess really just one, which was Ultimate Warrior, where they've kind of had a problem with, bringing him back. And 2K brought Ultimate Warrior into 2K14? 15? 14? 15 was Sting. Which one was Sting? Whatever, it doesn't matter. But they brought in the Ultimate Warrior, and he ended up going into the Hall of Fame that year and coming back to the WWE, and they mended their, their relationship, and that was great, and that was cool, and I think a lot of that was attributed to 2K bringing in Ultimate Warrior. Then they did it with Sting, although I think Sting was coming to the WWE regardless of if he was doing the game or not. I think he was coming back. But he did do the game first. It was announced that he was going to be in the game, and that, then he came back, he wrestled, then he went to the Hall of Fame the following year. And now we've got Goldberg, another former WCW talent, and he's been in the WWE before, obviously. He faced Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 20, and that was his last match with the company. That was Brock Lesnar's last match with the company for a long time, until he came back in 2012. I almost said 2020. That hasn't even freaking happened yet. But I think this is big. I think this has the potential to be bigger than some people may realize. As for right now, I don't think that Goldberg is coming back. I don't know. I don't see there being a place for him on the roster unless it's just like a one-off. It's just like one WrestleMania and maybe like a Hall of Fame. I can see him going into the Hall of Fame. I think he's had a Hall of Fame worthy career. There's some guys that are in the Hall of Fame that are below Goldberg, I guess, from a wrestling standpoint, but it's wrestling, so it's all predetermined, it's all written, it's you can't really, it's not real. But it is real. I don't know. The Hall of Fame gets kind of iffy because it's kind of, it's subjective. It's a subjective art form. And, whoever Vince McMahon wants to put in the Hall of Fame is who Vince McMahon's going to put in the Hall of Fame. And if he's not on good terms with Goldberg, then he's not going to put Goldberg in the Hall of Fame. But I think that's where we're headed. I think we are headed to, at the very least, a Goldberg Hall of Fame. I don't think that he has a bad standing with the company. There's been talks before of him coming back, and I think that he said he was open to it. Whether he wrestles or not is completely up in the air. In the trailer, though, there is a reflection when Goldberg. If you haven't watched the trailer, go watch the trailer. I'll put a link of it in the description. It should be on like the 2K website or something like that. But when he's in the cop car, there's a reflection, and he looks out the window, and you can see on the reflection of the window that there's a sign for like a city. It's like a city sign, and it says Suplex City. if they go a route where they kind of create a different story based on Goldberg, I would be so okay with that. I think it's going to be a retrospective of his career, as they've done with the past games, um, which is fine. It's just like I don't like to play stuff that I've already watched and that I already kind of know. It gets kind of boring, but I'll give it a shot. I don't know too much about Goldberg's career because I didn't follow WCW that much when I was a kid. Um, but it is there. The Suplex City thing is there. I don't think that that means that Brock Lesnar and Goldberg are going at it at WrestleMania 33 because 2K is one thing, right? WWE 2K is one thing, and the WWE is another thing. Although 2K, has the the licenses and whatnot to to put Goldberg in the game, to put Cena and Rollins and all these other guys in the game. They are simply not a part of the WWE, right? Do you understand that? Like, do you understand that? Like, you don't understand. Um, so the fact that it's on the window doesn't mean it's not foreshadowing a future match, although it could happen. Uh, it's not like don't lose your biscuits yet. Okay, bring it down a notch. I would be okay with it. I would love to see at least one more Goldberg match, and I think that they could do it at WrestleMania 33. Where are they at? They're in Florida this year. They're not in Atlanta. I mean, that's pretty close to Atlanta. So, and Goldberg's from Atlanta, if I recall. Who could he face though? I mean, I could see him facing Lesnar. I think that would be another good matchup, and I think if they did it right this time, because last time, I mean, they did it, it was okay, but both guys were leaving right after they were done, and I think if they brought Goldberg in for one more match and Lesnar's already there, that maybe they could do it right this time, and people could forget about the WrestleMania 20 match where they, it gets a bad rap. But yeah, so I think Goldberg, I think he might come back, right? I mean, like, I'm not for certain. Let me know what you guys think, because I'm really interested to hear some other theories on this. But and who you want to see him, who you want to see him face if he does come back. I think at the very least he'll come back for a Hall of Fame. Not maybe not quite this year, but maybe the next year. Whether 2K mended that or brought the two parties together like they have in the past, I don't know. It's up in the air. Because I think that I don't think Goldberg is in bad standing with the WWE, but I think he'll be back. I think you'll at least see him on Raw. Maybe the Hall of Fame. I keep on changing my answer. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. My prediction is Hall of Fame though. At the very absolute least, Hall of Fame. At the most, a WrestleMania dream match against Roman Reigns. Oh, Ryback. Let's do Ryback. Ryback would be great. That's my answer. I want to see Goldberg and Ryback go at it. Anyways, let's talk about 2K17 a bit. I'm just going to talk about it for a second. I keep on picking up stuff. So 2K17 obviously announced October 2016 is the release, which is right around when they usually do it. They usually do it in October. It's usually the end of October, though, I want to say. So it's it's exciting. 2K17. I think that they're going to do a bigger roster than last year. That would be cool. I think we're going to get a lot of WCW guys. Obviously, if they do a retrospective of Goldberg's career, we're going to get guys like Scott Hall and Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan. Maybe not Hogan. We'll see. Wow. Maybe not Hogan. That's weird, huh? But, I want to kind of see what I would love to see. Honestly, I was thinking about this the other day. A GM mode, right? Not only just a GM mode, but an online GM mode where you have this big roster, right? And then you get together with like 2 or 3 of your friends and you each pick a show and then you draft a roster and then you make the shows and you try and beat each other in ratings. They did this with NHL where, everybody picked a team and then you drafted your team and then you played each other and stuff. And I think that'd be really cool if you had that GM mode. But people always want GM mode to come back and they never bring it back. And if they brought it back, I would be totally okay with it. I love GM mode back in the day. And I think an online GM mode would be really fun. The only problem is getting people to be able to play with each other, having 3 or 4 people draft a roster and then build their shows. You have to get them on, and they don't all have to be on at the same time. Just give them a deadline, like maybe once a week or twice a week. They have to build their shows, and if they don't, then they're then they're just thrown together by the computer or whatever. But then the problem comes that, like, then people aren't playing the game as much because they have to wait for somebody else and blah, blah, blah. But I like the idea. If they could figure out how to get it to work properly, to where people aren't waiting forever for somebody else to build their show, that's just my own personal, just off the fucking wall idea of like a mode that I would like to see in a WWE game. Whether it happens or not, I don't think it will. An online WWE GM mode, I don't think it'll happen. GM mode, I think they can bring it back, but I think that they're heading more towards universe mode and perfecting that, and career mode and perfecting that. And I love career mode. Career mode this past game was pretty good, and I think if they can expand on that and make it bigger and better, and inject more stories, and building stables, and attacking people, and building these stories up in career mode, I think that would be really cool. Obviously, that's what I want to see is a more expansive career mode, bigger, better, stronger, faster, whatever, those kind of things. I want to see a bigger and better universe mode. I want to see more cutscenes, right? Because I keep on getting the same cutscenes in the game. I liked when they had like the storylines that you could pick. I wouldn't mind seeing some of those come back because it kind of switched it up. They kind of had their own little, cutscenes. And then you could also, I would love to see like a triple threat rivalry, because right now you can only do like 1 versus 1 or 2 versus 2. I would like to see like a triple threat, or like a fatal 4-way, or like, like a 3-man tag, or like 6 guys or whatever. So that way you can set up for different matches, because I would love to do like, I find it all the time where like I have a pay-per-view and I'll have a number 1 contenders match, Seth Rollins versus Shawn Michaels, say. And then Seth Rollins wins, but then Brock Lesnar loses the title to The Rock. And now I've got a number 1 contender, but The Rock was the champion, and he's now the number 1. He's not the number 1 contender, but he has a rematch. And so now at the next pay-per-view, we could set up a triple threat match, but you can't do the rivalry. Of course, you can set the match up, but I would like to do the rivalry so that way you get the cutscenes and you can tell the better story in the universe mode. So just perfecting universe mode, I would like to see. Obviously, I think a lot of people want to see create a story back, and that's something that I would like to see. Obviously. Why do I keep saying obviously? That's not obvious. Why would you guys know that? I don't even know that. But create a story would be something cool that could come back. Not so much because I like to create the stories, because it's very time-consuming and tedious work, and I appreciate the people that make them. Oh my god, you guys are amazing. Like, what do you... Like, that is insane. Because I've tried to make them, and it's like... They'll be like 10 minutes long, right? And it's like, you just play through it, and it's like, nope, that's over. It's done. We did the one match. That's it. There's a little bit of talking back and forth, but that's it. But the people that do, like, part after part after part after part, there's like a 20-parter. That's insane. It's like, the amount of time that it takes to do that, for me at least, is an insane amount of time. But create a story is something I would love to see back, just for the playable factor, right? Because, come right around this time is where the game kind of starts to get a little boring, maybe. You've been playing universe mode for a while, you've been playing career mode for a while, you've already played through the story mode, you've done 32 ladder matches in exhibition, you've messed with the settings, maybe you got it on PC now and you've messed with the mods. That's one cool thing about PC, is you do have mods, and you can bring in other people, and you can set up different matches, and you can do different things, which I'm trying to do. I've got 2K17 on the PC, and I'm going to try and get some mods and stuff. But create a story is something that's really cool, because then you can go into the community creations and you can download somebody's story, and then you can play through it, and I love that, and I think that that's really cool, because then you can see different people's perspectives on what they want to see, or where their head's at, or the creativity that some people have within the community is amazing. It's just amazing, and for that factor alone, just to be able to play the stories, I would love to see it back. But we're at like almost 15 minutes. We're at 14 minutes. So we're going to end it there. Let me know what you guys think about Goldberg coming back. If you think he's going to face Lesnar when he comes back, or Ryback, or Roman, or Seth, or Cena, or who you think he might face. Maybe he won't face anybody. Maybe he's just going back to the Hall of Fame. Let me know. Let me know what you want to see in 2K17. Would you like to see a story mode? Do you enjoy making story mode? What do you want to see back in the game? Personally, I'm all about a different story. I want to see something new and unique by 2K. The retrospective is fine. I just like a different story, maybe something off the wall, crazy. Oh, my screen just went black. That's cool. Anyways, so like maybe that, but let me know what you guys want out of 2K17. It's coming out October 2016. Goldberg is the pre-order bonus. Go out there and pre-order your game. Watch the trailer if you haven't already. Remember, check out the reflection thing. It's around like 1:30 or something like that in the video. But I'm your boy Intel, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe and leave your comments so we can discuss about this, because that's the best part. That's why I'm doing it. So that way we can discuss. I basically make the videos so that way I can just type back at you guys and we can talk about wrestling, because that's fun. And I keep on saying discuss. So let's talk wrestling, guys. Let's talk wrestling. I'm your boy Intel. This has been fun. Bye. That's bad. Reversal. And Regal back at it with the strikes. Regal, lefts and rights. Haymakers and waymakers. Oh, the uppercut. Oh, and here we go. Oh, he took a fucking headshot right there. He went head first into that top turnbuckle. My bad, guys. I am getting really loud over here.